Today, I would like to discuss a simple yet challenging question. Can social media change the course of a war? During the Ukraine war, our timeline was filled with dense live videos, subtle dangers, and personal testimonies like and shares were no longer just expression of attitude. They could turn into donations, accepted refugees, writing letters to lawmakers, and even being transformed into coordinates and evidence by open source intelligence teams. At the same time, false information, deep fakes, platform restriction, and bans were also spinning along this information superhighway. To understand how social media affects wars, we need to first look back to the historical relation between media and war. In the Serbian War of the 19th century, photographer Roger Fredin brought back images of the battlefield. Although he couldn't capture the moment of the battle, it was the first time that the public was exposed to the exhaustion of soldiers and the brutality of the battlefield, which was regarded as the beginning of shell shock narrative. During World War I, the film The Battle of the Somme was released in the UK, and 20 million viewers saw the battlefield scenes that were a combination of reality and enrichment in cinemas, triggering a huge debate about whether image made war entertaining. The Vietnam War was even called the Television War. After the Tet Offensive in 1968, CPSR's conjugated statement, "We are in segment," was considered to have profoundly influenced public opinion and even shaken the president's decision. In turning the 21st century, events such as the Arab Spring, the Syrian conflict, and Ukraine, social media completely changed the logic. An ordinary person's single tweet or a video could be seen as the entire world. War was no longer just a choice of the neuron. It was a real-time information torrent that directly brought distant conflict to everyone's screen. In the era of traditional media, news often went through editing, review, and republication. However, social media enabled ordinary people to directly generate and disseminate content. For instance, during the Ukraine conflict, residents upload real-time images using their mobile phones, including scenes or cities being bombed or daily life in subway stations seeking refuge. These pieces of information could sink globally within minutes. This speed and scale gave social media the following three ground effects. First, weaponization of information. All parties in the war are using the platform. Russia's missiles directly attacked Ukraine's communications hubs, indicating that information flow is part of the battlefield. Emotional mobilization as the second. From username plus Ukrainian flag to large donation and even providing housing for refugees, online actions were transformed into offline resources. Third, public opinion counterattack. The effect of the Buddha mask emerged. The media decision on social media forced the authority and media to respond and at the same time intensified the contest between false information and rebels. In essence, social media has turned the distant war into local opinion war and psychological battles, amplifying the sense of individual participation and immediate reaction to an unexpected extension. In summary, the role of social media in wars is dual. It enables ordinary people to share their experiences and witness in real life, amplifying individuals' voices and mobilizing global forces. However, it also brings risk and false information, emotional distortion, and fragmentation. Therefore, social media itself not the decision of victory or defeat of a war, but rather an amplifier. It can amplify the truth as well as the heals, the lies. It can mobilize humanization actions as well as create hatred.